Hi, hello, and welcome everyone. We are happy that you are all together again. In this class, we will start to learn about the latent heat load. For that, we are going to start with people. So, when it comes to people, as we all know, there are two types of loads. One is sensible load, and other one is latent load. So, we are going to see about the sensible load now. Formula for the sensible load, the thermal load formula for the sensible load is QS equal to QS by person into number of people into CLF. Here, the number of people, you can get this detail from the table 5.3 in this section itself, okay, in this document itself. And then QS by person value can be obtained from table 4.5, okay. I have already taken the number of person for 1000 feet square from that table, from table number 5.3, okay. And once it's done, you can check the CLF, which is cooling load factor. Well, CLF, you can consider that as 1.0 if cooling system does not run 24 hours a day. Use CLF 1.0 for auditoriums, theaters, big spaces. For the big spaces, you can consider 1.0 as well. So let me start with this calculation. First, we need to consider the area. We know the area is 322.2 feet square. We got this value in our previous loads, right? Wall, when we calculate for the wall, we get the value. Then we need to get this value, which is QS by 1000, which is persons by 1000 feet square. QS by 1000 feet square. We have 5, okay. I took this value from table number 5.3, okay. And then QL by person, which you can find from these tables, okay. This table, as you can see, right, of table 4.5, rates of heat gain from occupants of conditioned space. Here you can easily see that seated at rest, okay. Nobody is doing any hard work here. So you can simply choose this, okay. Choose this and you can just simply consider the Q1 persons, okay. It's a combination of man and woman, also child as well. It's a combination of male and female, adult and child, no issues at all. So it's a summation of the sensible and latent heat load, okay. So we need to find the QS value, right? QS by person. So for that, I am going to simply choose 210 for the QS by person, and for the QL by person, I'm just going to choose this, okay, 140. So for the QL by person, we know the value is 140, and for QS by person 210. Okay, I'm just going to type this. So this number of persons, which you can calculate from the persons by 1000 feet square into area, okay. As you can see in this here, just multiply the area into person, divided that by 1000, okay. You will get the number of person for your area, okay. We only have 322.2 feet square in our project, in our calculation, but for 1000 feet square we can consider 5. In that case, for the 322.2 feet square, the number is only 1.6, okay. Then CLF value, let's consider that as 1, no issues at all. That's a maximum factor, right? So you can consider that. Maybe if you want the accurate value mean, I will tell you how you can use that table, okay. For example, so total hours in space, okay. So totally how many hours you will be spending in that space, so that you need to consider that. And also hours after each entry space, as in, for example, in case of offices, you will be working there for 8 hours or 10 hours. Maybe after some time, or after next day, you will enter, right? So in that case, like after how many hours you entering the case, you entering the office. Maybe let's just consider the example of one shift working from morning 9 to 5, and the other shift entering at evening 7, okay. So there is a 2 hours gap, right? So for example, total hours will be 9 to 5, so it's 8 hours, right? 8 hours, and one other group is entering after 2 hours, so we need to consider this, okay, 2. So 0.61. I hope you understand this example. So this is hours after each entry into space. Okay, after how many hours the other person or else a group of people entering inside that space. Okay, that's what it is. And this one, how many hours an existing group is spending inside that space. Okay, I hope you understand this. See, but the maximum value is one only, CLF factor. So once you get all the value, you can simply apply that in your formula for the QL, which is the latent heat load. So you can see it's a multiplication of number of person, which is this, and the BTU per hour, okay, for the latent heat load. But for the sensible, you have to consider the cooling load factor as well. So you have to multiply 3, okay, which is the number of persons, QS by persons, and cooling load factor, then sensible thermal load, okay. So you have to multiply all these 3, then you will get your answer for sensible and latent heat load, okay. So this is the end of our class. In our next class we will see about the lights.